Hi, welcome back to the cabin. It's Ian from Off Grid with Peniglen Cabin Life. Today's Wednesday Thoughts down at the cabin. It's season 4, episode 10. It's the last one in the series. Today's topic is a personal one to me. It's how do you find your inner strength even in dark times? Now, a lot of people know that on the channel that I suffer with manic depression, which is now called bipolar. Now, I've had a few people say that I discuss my bipolar quite a lot on the channel. The reason why, because a lot of people that want to go off grid are people that suffer with mental health problems and they need to get away from the big towns and the cities where it's quieter and stress free so they have a better quality of life. Now remember, there's a lot of people that's worked hard all their life and they want to live off grid because they don't want to be paying the bills and they don't want to be paying into society and having the stress of working in offices and all things like that. So I'm a big believer that everybody should be off grid. It's not something that I force on people by what I say. It's just for me personally, living off grid in this cabin and doing what I'm doing, it makes me so happy and I'm content in life, and I've not been like that for many years. So what I would say is if you feel depressed or like that, always try and get help. Now there's something I'm going to tell you now that a lot of people don't actually know and understand. There's two kinds of depression, truthfully now, right? If you feel depressed, if you look at yourself now and you're feeling down, you feel depressed, you're in a rut, you don't feel so good, you feel unwell, then that's depression, and that's bad anyway. But when you get to the point where things are that dark that you have negative thoughts and you consider taking your life, now that's what's called clinically depressed. Now you only have thoughts like that when you become clinically depressed. If you're just depressed, you don't get constant continuous thoughts of taking your life unless you're clinically depressed. And when you're clinically depressed, if you look down a tunnel, there's no light at all, it's completely black, there's no way out, there's nothing, and you're trying to take your life. Now I'm going to tell you something now, and not many people know this, and I really mean just a few people that I know this. I'm going to be honest now because I believe in being honest on the channel and I believe in giving back, and when I talk about mental health I try and promote mental health for people that need help. But many years ago when I first became ill, I tried to take my life. I went clinically depressed, I was in a bad way, I really was. To be honest with you, I took an overdose, and it was a big overdose I took as well. And I was in a bad way, and my brother came to see me at hospital and he says, you're going to be alright, I'm going to make sure you're okay, and it meant everything. He did that for me. I'm getting a bit upset now. I love our Stuart for what he did for me with that, so I've never forgot that. So I know what it's like to be depressed, I know what it's like to be clinically depressed, I know what it's like to be on the ward and stuff like that, and in rehab and everything, and I've come out the other end. I don't see a doctor anymore or anything like that. I take meds, yeah, I take them every day because I know if I take them I'm going to be pretty much well. I know I have days, and you see me on the channel where I have rough days and I'm not so good and stuff like that, but it's nothing compared to what it's like when you're really ill with your depression and mood swings and stuff like that. So I'm being honest there and told you a secret that nobody really knows, that I tried to take my life, but I do believe in being honest. But I've been in rehabs and stuff like that, and I'll tell you something, right? When I was in rehab, I got to know, I had a key worker when I was in rehab, and his name was Tom Beatson, right? He's an older bloke now, and he's from Barnsley, and he was a great man to me. He changed everything for me, and he got me on the road to be well. And he said to me, right, look at yourself and tell me what you talk about. And I said, well, I say this, say that. He says, all you talk about, and don't laugh at me for this because I know I talk about it, but he says all your entire conversations is mental health, about your manic depression, your bipolar, and your tablets and all stuff like that. He said what you need to do is, right now I want you to go into the TV room, I want you to sit down and watch the news. I'll never forget him saying this, and he said I want you to watch it twice a day for an hour. Alright, because there was Sky News and stuff like that, you know, BBC News on the roll and all that. And he said, I want you to listen to everything, and when I come on shift, I want you to talk to him about everything that's happening in the world. And I thought, eh? So I did it, and he came. And anyway, I was talking about all sorts that were going off in the world. Bear in mind, I don't watch telly now. But he was, you know, we were talking about everything that were going off, and I kind of saw what he meant. And for me, that helped. It really did help. But there were little things, lots of little things he did like that really helped me. And he's a great bloke, Tom. I still go in contact with him every so often. He ring me and I ring him. He's a really nice man. But I know he won't be watching this because he's 80 odd and he's got bad eyesight now. But his daughter might watch it because she sometimes watches the channel, he's told me. So his daughter's a little dolly bird as well. I used to rate fancy her when I lived in Barnsley. She used to work in the solicitors just down the road from where I was, and I used to go. And I'll bob in. Is Tom on shift today? Is he coming in? No, I don't know, Ian. But she was, honestly, she was lovely. I can't remember her name, but she was a nice lass. Tidy lass she was. Nice personality, she was lovely. Well, I might be in trouble now for saying all that. But yeah, so what I would say to people is, if you're not well, don't hang around, because the tunnel starts getting dark very quick. So, and sometimes just changing your life completely can be the medicine as well before it's too late. So I do recommend everybody goes off grid. I know they won't, but it's a different way of life. I know I'm fortunate that I live here and my dad bought me this place, and I know that, and I do know that, and I swear I do. But it's been a ticket for me. I don't see nobody from one week to the next. The only person I'll see is Richard or Heather, and they might bob round and check on me. But they're the only people I've ever let through the gate in over 2 years now. And even then, if they came if I was near the gate and they came towards the gate to talk to me, I'd still have the gate shut. But if they come round themselves and I'm doing jobs in here, then they're here then, aren't they? You know what I mean? So it's a different thing altogether. So I don't want them thinking I don't want them here, because I do want them here. It's just because of the way I'm feeling at the moment with everything, I just don't have any visitors at all. So, but they're a good tonic when they turn up. They are actually. So like I said, the last few days, just as a catch up, for the last few days I've been putting all these boards in. So they're all in now. It's completely finished in here for that. So I've got some tape I've ordered, so I'm waiting for the tape to come. That should come Tuesday, and this is Wednesday's video, so I will have got it yesterday, even though I've not got it yet. Hey, that's good, isn't it? So I'll be taping all the way around to seal it, and then I'll start putting the boards on the walls then. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then when in here is boarded off and finished, I'll start to move outside then to start building that room there. So in front of the cabin, I'll move all the logs that are there. I'll take the two sides off. I'll lift that wooden decking up that's there, the old decking, because it's rotten a bit in areas. Lift all that up, reboard it, so it's level with this boards, because these boards here at the front are higher than the back ones. I'll have to cut my cabin door to make it fit, because it's going to be about that much too high, the door, if that makes sense. I couldn't get my words together then, could I? So I need to do that, and then I can start putting my sides on then and build forward, and then build what I'm doing at the front here as well. So that's it for today's video. Yeah. But what I would say as well is you're not alone. If you suffer with depression or you're not well, you feel that you're alone, but you're not. Because this might sound a bit strange, but people who suffer with manic depression and other illnesses, then there's a lot of us out there, and we're all a big family. And there's a lot of Facebook groups that deal with mental health problems, and there's communities through it all and everything. And I'll be honest with you, I went on Facebook about a week ago, and I was putting stuff in. I've never been on Facebook into mental health groups or anything like that. I've always stayed clear of things like that. But I went on because I was interested to see how it was. Because remember, when I first got ill, there were nothing like this. You had the ward, you had your friends and that, but there's nothing like global help and support like there is now. And I went on, I saw a lot of people writing comments and that, and they were saying like, you know, what medication helps for you and stuff like that. Well, I never answered any of them. And I was reading it all, and I thought it's really, really good how everybody's supporting each other now, and people are bobbing on. You could see the same names coming up and the same other people answering and that. And I thought, you know, people are luckier now than there was in my day, because there were nothing like that when I first got ill. Now, I've been lucky because I've not been in hospital or seen a doctor now for, well, I haven't been in hospital for at least 25 years. It's got to be at least 25 years. And I've not seen a doctor for over 10, 11 years at the hospital. I see my GP if I become ill and I'm not so good, but I've never seen my GP with mental health problems, just other problems with my stomach and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm rabbiting on again, I'm sorry for that. So this is the last episode in season 10, so I wanted to share something about myself in that. And if anybody's suffering with depression and they want to email me and just have a natter, then I'm more than happy for that, because I believe in giving back. I've always believed in that. And you stay safe and you stay well, and I'll see you again, possibly in season 5. I'm not decided yet. It'll be a good few weeks before it goes live if I do. You stay safe, you stay well, and I'll catch you soon back down at the cabin. And remember, don't ever forget, dinky doo.